Cooler weather is around the corner, but while warm weather is still here, take advantage of our $49 home comfort checkup. Stay comfortable year-round with our services at Premier Heating and Air. And rebates are starting at $1,500 with the purchase of a new heating and air system and your choice of a free gift from a $100 Visa gift card, Wi-Fi thermostat, or UV light. Experience the Premier difference today and stay comfortable year-round with our services. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Log on to premierishere.com.
All right, welcome to Chamber Talk. I got a great show for you today. I want to welcome my great friend Michelle Baird with me with Chelle Realty. And Michelle, thank you so much for taking time out of your really busy schedule.
Glad to be here.
Not only just today, but every day. You have a lot of things going on because you got a lot of things happening here to help us grow our community. But if you would, take a few minutes to start the show out, just in case maybe somebody's watching the show and they're not familiar with you and or Chelle Realty.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about you and your company.
My name is Michelle Baird. I'm the broker and owner of Chelle Realty. We opened in March of 2022, and we have now grown to a team of 21 as of this week. We have 3 new people joining our team. They're all excited to be there. They're all community oriented and diverse, which was what I set out to do. So, but we have grown year over year, and we feel that it is our obligation to give back to this community. So.
Yeah, Michelle, I remember it seems like yesterday, but it's been a little bit of time now. You guys were over here right off of Rice Avenue, and you renovated the house over there, and you had your office there. And I believe at that time, all of your staff could even probably have an office and work out of that. And you have grown exponentially in that amount of time. Talk to me just about the wide range of different things that you guys cover and
so as far as service, we do rentals, we do commercial, we do residential, land sales. We actually are partnered with an investor in town that has about 260 doors. And with the influx of people moving into town because of new industry, we've been running at about a 2% vacancy rate. Yeah. So, which is great. We just can't keep up with the need as we, have that little thing that we've been doing with that University of Georgia extension about housing needs here. That definitely fits the bill.
Yeah.
And residential, we've seen an uptick in listings. And I believe that if you were to watch the media, you would think that this market's, like real estate is dead. It's definitely not. We are actually looking to do more than we did last year. And as soon as they drop these interest rates, as they're speaking of doing, then it's going to be Katie bar the door, right?
Yeah.
So, and then commercially downtown, lots of upgrades going with Madison Street and around there. We have several business opportunities down there, multiple going under contract, and a couple of national outfits that are wanting to get into our downtown.
So I know you can't tell us about any of those right now, but I do want to say and not that you need the credentials or anything, but in case somebody's watching the show and they're considering whether they may want to give Chelle Realty a call and do business with you, what are some of the ones that you guys can kind of hang your hat on? Maybe let's go with commercial. Some of the commercial properties or things that you guys have been involved in that people might not know.
Yeah.
Chelle Realty had a great deal to do with that.
Just this year, we've sold about 3 restaurants. So Cloverleaf and Old Times and Luann's.
Okay.
We're all done under our roof.
And Gary and Brian both have done a wonderful job with
Absolutely.
those. And they're members of the chamber, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely. They've done a wonderful job and been very thankful about that whole transaction and how it's changed their lives. And the community has been very receptive to both of them. So.
And so tell me again, how many did you mention you have now with your team?
21.
21 on staff now helping out. So
Yeah.
Michelle's got a great team of people ready to serve you each and every day, whether it's commercial, whether it's residential. They can cover your needs. We're going to take a really, really quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to get into a little bit more specifics about housing here in Dublin and Lawrence County.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin Wind Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From mowing to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin Wind Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Introducing Kubota Z200 series mowers with the new K-Ride comfort system. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 48 months.
Products you can count on, a name you can trust. That's Midstate Tractor and Equipment.
Welcome back to the show. And again, I'm so glad to have Michelle Baird with me today with Chelle Realty. Michelle, right before we went to the break, I mentioned being a little bit more specific about housing in Dublin, Lawrence County. You attended a recent meeting that we had. So we have Archway. Our community has partnered with the University of Georgia, and we're doing a housing needs assessment. First off, anything in particular in that meeting that stood out to you? Any questions that were asked, any information that was presented that maybe you feel like, yes, we need to share that today?
Yes, I mean, so basically, year over year, there has been at least a 5% increase in the cost of housing. And that Archway program was pointing out that the standard salary is not meeting that median house price. And so there's a gap there that needs to be filled. And we see it with the rental market. Because there are just so many people coming in needing a home. And even those prices, can be a little bit high for the average workforce.
Yeah.
So there are programs that the state has for workforce housing, and there are lots of investors utilizing those programs right now here in this town.
Okay, let me interject and ask you real quick, because I'm glad you used the term workforce housing.
Yep.
Have you guys kind of gone away from the word affordable housing? Is there such a thing? Do you think that exists, or talk to me about that a little bit?
I mean, affordable is very, transient
mean?
term.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're making or
Yeah.
how many mouths you have to feed within your home, So we have a first-time home buyers program through our office. And people can go to our website and put in information. And what we do is partner one of our realtors with them to walk them hand in hand through the process. Because we find that people don't realize what they could afford. We know programs that are available for first-time home buyers, some of which require no down payment, or getting some money from grants that are available for that down payment. So we walk them through the process because they don't realize that they could get a home. So we're trying to fill that gap in that capacity, and it's been very popular.
Okay, so somebody that's considering home ownership that thinks, well, I just can't do it right now, I know there's no way possible. No, maybe there could be a way to do that.
Yeah, we give them we walk them through the process, and the most wonderful feeling is at the end of it. They get their first-time home buyers T-shirt, says home buyer, whatever year it is then, but 2025 on the back, and their certificate of completion of the process, and just to see the joy from someone who thought that they would rent forever.
Yeah.
And they're moving into a home.
Fantastic. So Michelle, talk to me a little bit about inventory, and talk to me about inventory for because we mentioned affordable, I don't know if that's the word to use, but inventory for the median household, maybe inventory for the higher end, and inventory for the lower end. Let's talk about each of the three of those, what is available for them.
There's more coming up, but that $299 and below seems to be the most desired in our area right now.
And what kind of salary does a person need to have, maybe a household income, to afford that type of a house?
In all honesty, I mean, probably need to be bringing in at least $85,000 a year.
Okay.
There are, like I said, different programs. You could do longer lengths of time on a loan, whatever, but we try to make the shoe fit where it needs to.
Now, is that new construction or not necessarily new construction, just that price range?
That price range is very desirable,
Okay.
but for new construction, it is the one flying off the shelves.
Okay.
Yes. Depending on where the location is, I mean, we're selling them before they're built. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So how about,
A little further up,
Yeah.
though, those are sitting on the market a little longer. So, $350,000 to $500,000. That's sitting on the market just a little longer.
and when you say a little longer, are you saying sometimes a year, or are you saying no, maybe 3 to 6 months? What?
3 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
they're
just-
still selling, and we have a lot of people moving from out of town and out of state here who just want to get more for their money. Because, you can get a lot more land here than you can in some of the bigger cities.
And I don't know if it's just me, and you will know the answer to
Mm-hmm.
this more, but it does seem like when I ride around town, I do see properties for sale. I see homes for sale.
Oh, absolutely. There has been quite an uptick. We're getting to a balanced market is what it looks like. So it's not the end of the world, but it's certainly not 2020 when, you could probably sell a dollhouse on a quarter acre here.
Yeah.
Because everybody just wanted to have something to control in that environment. But we're more normalized now. But I feel like people might get comfortable and feel like it is definitely moving into a buyer's market. But as soon as those rates drop slightly, I think that balance is still going to be shifting the other direction. So.
And in the housing perspective, so when we're saying $299, are we talking about 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, half-acre lot? What are we looking at in that price range?
We work with several developers who have subdivisions and some who just have multiple builds that they're doing at this time. And 4-bedroom, 2-bath
Okay.
is fitting into that, but 3-bedroom, 2-bath works as well. And they're about 1,600, 1,700 square feet.
Okay. How about
That's new
apartments
construction.
and rentals? Because I hear things sometimes, and it just amazes me.
Right.
What are some lower end, some mid-range, and high-end rentals here in Lawrence County?
The average for the ones that we have in our inventory, 2-bedroom, 2-bath is about $1,050 a month.
Is that a home or an apartment, or it could be either one?
It's a duplex.
Okay.
Homes tend to be a little higher
Okay.
because you're getting, the privacy, your own yard,
Sure.
that kind of thing. And we have duplexes that are relatively new that are $1,400 a month, and then the brand new ones that are $1,500 a month. And they are filling up. I mean,
So
the minute
$1,500 a month.
they
Describe
get
that to me. Is that 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-bedroom, what is that?
3-bedroom, 2-bath,
1,500.
upgrades, granite
Okay.
countertops,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, a garage, But yeah,
$1,500 a month
yes.
for that. And availability?
and
You said they're full before they can
We
build.
try to get a list out on Mondays on our website and on our Facebook page. And by Friday, they're just getting marked off. I mean,
Michelle, if there is and maybe there is, so I'm just going to ask, and I know we don't rehearse or practice or anything like
Yeah.
the show to just be free flowing. What keeps Michelle up at night as to real estate?
I struggle sometimes with passing the torch.
Okay.
And so I need to do more of that to be able to do more, because I have books filled. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and jot down the next thing that's coming. And to be honest with you, all those things have come to fruition. But if I said, hey, can you come help me with this? That would make my life easier. And I have 20 people there waiting to help me. I'm part of that 21 that we have. So that keeps me up, trying to decipher what to release to someone else and
It sounds
delegate.
like from a workforce standpoint, you're in pretty good shape, because you
Yeah.
got plenty of folks. And
Oh, yeah.
so you're not having a hard time finding folks and folks
No.
wanting to come and work for you guys. So, all right, so I want to take one more commercial break,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to come back and talk a little bit about the folks that work for you and what it
Yeah.
looks like to be a realtor, and then I want to talk about some of your involvement in the community. So
Okay.
thank you for staying with us. We'll be right back.
The weather's cooling down, football's in the air, and there's never been a better time to get a winning deal at Dublin Chevy GMC. Whether it's an EV or an HD, a GMC or Chevrolet, with savings up to $10,000 off MSRP, now's the time to get a new Chevy or GMC truck. And if you're planning those fall trips to the ball game, come check out our full selection of family-sized SUVs. So while summer might be winding down in Middle Georgia, we're just cranking up the deals at Dublin Chevy GMC.
So when I sat down for an interview, Mike asked me one question. He asked me what made me choose Howard Shepherd. Why did I want to come to work out here? I told him I was ready to learn.
Fred had a desire to be a mechanic and learn the transportation side or the logistics side of things. What he learned at OFTC has just taken his job and his performance to another level.
OFTC prepared me for working here. It fit perfectly when I was going to school for it.
Welcome back to the show. We're about to wrap up. Again, Michelle, thank you so much for your time today. We're having a wonderful conversation. To me, I'm learning. I love to know because you hear things on the street a lot of times and you think, wow, are people, they're not paying $1,500 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath duplex? And then, yes, they are.
3-bedroom.
They're
not paying that for 2.
But I wonder, and it's always crossed my mind, if I'm paying $1,500 a month rent, I'm hoping and thinking I should be owning something that I'm buying there. But I guess you do what you have to
We've
do and you get
transitioned
what's available there.
people into that at that point,
So talk to me about somebody that may be watching the show today and they thought, wow, seems like being a realtor might be a pretty lucrative deal and good career. What does that look like? What skill sets do you need? What education? What kind of pay might you make? Tell me about being a realtor.
Well, every brokerage is going to have a different pay scale.
Okay.
But as far as the education goes, you would need to do a 75-hour pre-license course, pass that course, and then take your state exam. And then
Is all this online? Is there somewhere you go? How does that work?
Either way.
Come see you and you tell me where to do
We
this?
have a path that
Okay.
that we like to say, hey, this worked for us. Here you go.
Okay.
Most of that is online, but there are in-person classes if you want to go. We have found that the online is just, that shows if you're going to have the wherewithal to stick it out.
Yeah.
And so I'm not there, saying, hey, do this. I got to see that you want to do it. I mean, that's half the battle right there. And so skill set, it would be helpful for you to be a people person, but there's different types of people everywhere. And that's why we want diversity in our office, so we can help everyone. So, might have an analytical realtor who can help some, analytical person who's moving into town who doesn't want to see the fluff. They just want to be direct,
Yeah, and that's important
yeah.
to like your realtor. Yeah.
Community involvement, we really push that in our office because you're serving the people who are serving you. I mean, we're helping each other. We have to work together to create an environment we want to live in. So
I see your folks and your team and thankful. We appreciate your chamber investment because
Yep.
you guys are always supporting, sponsoring, showing up, women in business, golf tournaments, whatever, First Fridays, business. I could go on and on. You guys are
Yep.
everything. But tell me, let me back up for just a second. Benefits and pay for somebody, just ballpark range in real estate.
I honestly, it depends on your involvement.
Okay.
So I'm obviously not going to say what our pay scale is here, but we are pretty lucrative.
Okay.
And it's based on effort. So the more you make in sales, the higher pay rate you get.
Mm-hmm.
There is a point where you can cap out, which would mean that you're not paying the brokerage anything at that point, that you're getting your full pay, but you have to meet a certain level.
Okay.
And honestly, we have had multiple realtors in our office
Sure.
who are who are at six figures.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And like you said, that depends on the effort that you put
Right.
in. So,
And they are, there may be some confusion, so it's not like you're coming in and, clocking in 9 to 5. You're an independent contractor.
and a real quick explanation just for me. I think I know how this works.
Yeah.
But let's say the Chelle Realty sign is out in front of a home, and I look at buying that home, and then, come to find out I talked to a different realtor,
Yeah.
but that realtor can still sell me that house.
Absolutely.
And so how the commissions are split between the two companies or whatever is that? And you guys do that, and you work well together, I'm sure, with all the other realtors.
We
in
all
town.
work together. There are some, as many of you may have heard, some new NAR rules, National Association of Realtor rules, deciphering that. So when you go to have a conversation with a homeowner, you're discussing and negotiating how that compensation is going to be.
Okay.
So, splitting that with another, with the buyer's agent is totally negotiable.
Okay.
So,
Is there a set percentage that this is what the real estate company gets, or like you just said, that's negotiable?
each company may have their rules,
Okay.
but, Sherman Antitrust, absolutely there is not set
Okay.
commissions or
Okay.
compensation, so, yeah.
Okay. Michelle, I want to wrap up with this because and I just mentioned a few of the things, but tell our viewers just about some of the many, many great things that you guys, I can't tell you, I look, and if I look at social media, you got a 10 at this event, you got somebody at this event, I walk into the middle school at a job fair, you got folks over there. Just tell me some of your favorite things that you guys support locally.
Some of the representation in our office is, I've got a principal that works with us. So, some people have a full-time job elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They still are a realtor. And honestly, it's a benefit to them and us because they're making all those connections all day. So we have several teachers, several medical professionals. And so I try to make sure that we are giving back to whatever they're involved in.
Okay.
And right now, we pretty much have somebody in every school district, so we're everywhere. We're all the way in Twiggs County. So we try to, give back to the teachers, give back to, those in need, and we help CASA, and we help out Janice Nazarian's place, my
Yeah,
brain
Kids
is
Cup.
Kids Cup, every year, and we try to do what we can for the community. When the Hurricane Harvey came in, we raised money and donated that, and we're here to help.
Well, I want to say again, on behalf of the chamber, thank you for your investment here and your involvement. You guys sponsor multiple events
Yes.
here for us. And not only do you sponsor the events, you and your team, at times you show up and roll up your sleeves and get to work with us. And so we really, really appreciate you guys. We appreciate you taking time out today to do this show with us.
Absolutely.
And I always like to end by giving our guests an opportunity, if you want to look to your camera and just tell folks why your team is the team to come and meet with when they get ready to purchase or rent or whatever it may be as far as real estate goes.
We, the Chelle Realty team really has your best interest at heart. I grew up in Texas with a single mother, And by the time I graduated high school, had moved 19 times. So my heart is in making sure that, you know, every child has a place that feels like home. Every adult has a place that feels like home. And my team is the same way. I mean, consistently. It's not about the money, it is about making sure that everyone has a place to live, so.
Fantastic. Again, thank you, Michelle, for joining us, and
Yep.
thank you for joining us, helping us make today and every day a great day for business in Dublin and Lawrence County.